I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Jolpy and Ghosty.
This is song 3 in the...
CSN-a-thon.
CSN-a-thon!
Yes.
This is a Kundalini Express.
Oh, is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah. Like I said, Kundalini is some Hindu thing, and I think it has to do with like snakes or whatever. But.
Oh, okay.
Love and Rockets from the album Express. For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori. If you want to be angry and frustrated, what did Adar say? He said, "You are the single most compelling and infuriating person on the internet, mate."
And you're also uncivilized. He didn't say that.
I'm also uncivilized. Shout out to
that one was my favorite.
Shout out to the Black Hebrew Israelites.
I was like, uncivilized? It's like, that was like, I've literally never heard anybody say that about you before.
You soft, Duke.
Uncivilized. You called me a dog. The guy called me a dog.
You are
he
soft.
Called you uncivilized.
You are soft. Don't make me catch you out in the streets, bruh. This guy, you know who you are. Trying to be a tough guy. You trying to be a tough guy. You need your big brother to help you.
Never mind. He was his girl in the background that shut him down.
We went to Cali. I was trying to see. I was like, yo, where you at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
He's like,
Yeah. Because one of the things I was going to do is I was going to check him. I was going to tell him to talk that shit to my face.
Were you?
Wallahi. I was going to say that shit to my face, my guy.
Oh my gosh, babe. You were like the single most entertaining
Now I know that he's even more of a pussy than I knew he was before. But anyway.
I don't know how old CSN is, but I hope he's old enough to hear all these words. He'll be like, Mom, look at this.
Yeah, CSN, this isn't for you. This is for somebody else.
I know, but it's on his little video.
Yeah, but next time I'm in Cali, man, come see me, bruh.
You're not gonna do that, are you?
You ain't gonna do that shit. You're uncivilized, man.
Uncivilized.
You hurt my feelings. All right.
Honestly, okay, listen. This is the thing. I feel like that's a word that just white people use, calling other people uncivilized. It was just weird.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to smack me with his handkerchief.
Yes.
His little spectacles. You're uncivilized.
You're uncivilized
savage.
Yes, that's what I was like. That's just what.
And here you are stunting like you're a tough guy. Unbelievable. I didn't release the tape yet. I
know. You're not gonna.
I've got a moral quandary.
You're a good person.
I'm not gonna release the tape.
You're not.
But we all know who you are now. Thank you very much. All right, well let's do the song.
Okay, ready? And go. It's literally a train. Well, that was a very interesting song.
Yeah, I don't know if the train is really just a metaphor for some sort of drug or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Kundalini, it's in that whole thought process of like an awakening, da 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 da. I'm on this Kundalini site right now.
Oh.
Kundalini is a Sanskrit term from the ancient India that identifies the arising of an energy and consciousness which has been coiled at the base of the spine since birth. It's a source of the life force, pranic energy, chi, bioenergy. You know, chi.
Yeah.
That everybody knows. Yogic science suggests that this energy is triggered from the foundation of the formation of the child in the womb.
Trigger the formation of the child in the womb.
This energy triggered the formation of the child in the womb, then coils 3.5 times at the base of the spine, yada yada yada. So, you know,
to hold the energy field in stasis until we die, when it uncoils and returns to its source. Well, that is such an interesting
and it coils like a snake and yada yada yada. So, like, you'll see people when they're having one of these, they start writhing around like snakes and stuff. So, yeah. So when my first introduction to the concept of Kundalini was actually a Christian apologetics thing that was basically saying, look at them, they're writhing like snakes, you know, like
yeah.
So obviously, you know, but you know, it's the whole concept. You know, we were watching a DMT. I was watching a DMT thing a couple days ago, and they were talking about the dissolution of the ego.
Yep.
You know, right there, you have to let go of ego. Ego's no longer you. You're closer to nirvana. These people are talking about like.
Yeah, but I think that that's true.
What do you mean?
Like, the more that you can let go of your ego and like your pride and stuff like that, the closer to nirvana you would get. Like that.
But what if they're talking about what they were describing in this documentary I was watching? It was more than pride. It was like the entirety of your sense of self, period. So, like when this guy was on his...
I still don't completely disagree with that.
Well, I mean, obviously you can't hold to that as a Christian, because you're the self is supposed to be a reflection of God. So you always maintain your self-understanding that you are a person.
Well, yes, but I'm thinking of like when I've been in a deep spiritual state with God, and there's like this where I almost lose like the feeling of who I am, and it becomes all about God.
Right. Piper talks about the gift of self-forgetfulness.
Right, like that. Those moments in that time, I would say that was the closest to nirvana I ever got.
I agree with that. And then this guy's not necessarily, but I don't know. I don't know the way that the guy was describing it. He was saying that he was, you know, they talk about the universe as if it's God, but they don't come out and say it's God, because I guess it's not cool to say that you believed in God and you had some experience with God. So they talk about the universe or nature. There's this one guy that was saying nature told him that he could have this plant. Da da da. It's like, okay, man, whatever. Call it what you want. It's the creator and source of all life and thought and logic and reason. You want to call it nature, go for it. It's the same thing. But like so you know. So I don't know if like the Kundalini Express is like a drug that they use to get that type of spiritual experience. You know, in which case, you know. Yeah,
that would make sense.
It's sort of, you know, these psychedelic bands had ways of. I think there was a Beatles guy, like the 2 or 3 Beatles songs that we listened to.
Yep. Somebody
was saying that, you know, the whole thing was a code for like LSD or something.
Like there was something
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds or something like that.
Yeah, there was also another one that was talking about a blue bus.
Yeah, that was I forgot the name of that guy.
But it was the same idea where they were like using some other metaphor.
Right. So I don't know if that's what's happening here. But yeah.
It would make sense.
And then you're disintegrating into everything around reintegrating.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I had just seen this, you know, DMT special thingamajiggy. So the guy was talking about how the entire sense of who he completely was gone, but at the same time he was conscious, he was an observer. And the metaphor I thought was pretty interesting. He was talking about how he said, look, all of us are ice cubes being dumped into this pail of water. And so like you feel yourself as an individual ice cube. You know, I'm an ice cube, there's another ice cube. He said, but when you take this drug, like you melt.
Yes.
And so you're still
Yeah.
the general makeup of who you are is
Yeah.
still you, but you're now indistinguishable from this pail of water that you were in, which is the
Yes.
universe. Which is
Yes.
the universe is what he was saying. So, no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I've never tried any of those things, but I totally and completely understand what he's saying in the sense of, like I've said, when I've had deep spiritual experiences with God, there's a sense in which, like, I feel like I become like a part of everything that's around me, and I always think of it as like the fingerprints of God are on everything, and his connection and his life source is sustaining everything. And so when you get into that place, like, you're connected to him, and then you are in a sense connected to everything because he is in everything and he is in you, and like that
Right.
whole thing. So
Right. So, I think the running theory is that, the ancients, the sages, prophets, whatever you want to call them, they were able to get themselves into that state of consciousness just by spiritual practice.
Yeah.
But then the drug is sort of like like an express train that gets you there, because Westerners are, whatever. And of course, that's why you have...
Oh, you're probably right, because if you scroll up, he talks about that due to derailment, there will be no other train.
Right.
So why not hop on this one? So maybe, like, the old ways of connecting with that are lost.
Right.
And so now the only way to get there is through the drug.
Right.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Right. Which is why, sorcery in the New Testament is the Greek word used for sorcery is pharmakeia. And there's a very good reason for that, because it's the drug that you would use to get to that spiritual plane, and maybe God is saying, don't take the short route. Do the hard work of, spiritual introspection to go the long way to get there. So anyway, that's what I thought was going on.
Yeah.
1986, a little bit late for the whole psychedelic movement. That was kind of like the 60s, at least in music. But anyway, that's kind of what I thought of it. But what do you think? What do you give the song?
I had fun with it, though.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with like
It was weird because the lyrics were mega deep, but at the same time, the way they did everything was kind of playful.
Yes.
Woo, and the choo-choo and the train and all that.
Yeah.
So it's one
probably
of those,
like an 8.7, but I'm gonna give it a 9.3.
Yeah,
I had fun with it.
I'm gonna give it a 9.3 as well.
Huh.
Yeah, there you are.
Did you think I was gonna hit you in your eye? I've never hit you in your eye.
You just have good reflexes.
You do.
There you are. There you are.
All right. Well.
You don't really want no gunplay. All right. I'm out of here. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.